The aviation industry is integral to the U.S. and global economy and is challenged by a workforce shortage. But Virginia is ready to prepare the next generation of aviation maintenance technicians. Are you?
So Blue Ridge was looking for somebody to start an aviation maintenance technician program here. And so I applied for the job and was hired and started this program.
Since I was 12 years old, every day going to school and back, or anytime we went into town, we had to go right by the airport, literally by the end of the runway. However, I also can reflect back on my very first ride on an aircraft when I was 6 years old. We were preparing to disembark the aircraft, the pilot asking, "Hey, would you like to see the flight deck?" and give me one of those little sets of plastic wings, that I know I had in my possession for a long time, probably up until I was about 12 years old, to remove houses. This was a world that I just seemed to be drawn to. I was what you might consider an academic all-star. All the standardized testing scores, high SAT, ACT, all those good things that seemed to indicate that I was going to be successful at college. And then I get there and it's a 1.34 GPA in one semester and one and done. And so then I was left kind of figuring out what else there was for me to do. I was working fast food on a management track, so could have been, successful in that field or that arena, but it just wasn't something I was drawn to. It's through the Air Force journey where I began to mature, I began to discover things about myself. I developed skills. I've become a mechanic or maintainer on aircraft. I enjoy that, the problem solving, the technical aspect of it. Later on in my career, I ended up teaching aircraft maintenance, and I discovered that I like being a part of the light bulb moment.
And I've always been interested in aviation and science and technology and where technology is going. After high school, I went to a 4-year university and I got a Bachelor of Science degree in meteorology. And I've always also been interested in aviation, so I kind of want to merge those two interests, and this program seemed like the perfect way to do it. And if anybody is interested in a more hands-on career, I definitely would recommend aviation maintenance.
The real advantages of this program is we cover not just our program, but any AMTS, Aviation Maintenance Technician program, covers a wide range of subject areas. So we cover regulations, sheet metal, cleaning and corrosion control, composite structures, landing gear. The list goes on and on. It's 44 different subject areas, and it's probably the best, most comprehensive vocational training available today. In fact, the railroad recruits a lot of aviation maintenance technicians because they have such a broad base. In addition, one of the largest hiring entities in Orlando is Universal Studios. They hire approximately 500 AMPs, airframe and power plant mechanic technicians, to maintain the rides, and they maintain the rides in the same manner that we maintain airplanes.
It means that Virginia is placing a fair amount of focus and interest and resources to supporting and developing aviation within the Commonwealth. So I think the state's focus, the fact they even have a Department of Aviation, that they have NASA within the borders that operates, and obviously there's a certain amount of aviation aerospace there. The Virginia Space Grant Consortium, there's a Virginia Aviation Business Association, kind of a lobbying group to help. There are these assets and these groups that are very focused and very interested in supporting, sustaining, and growing aviation across the entire Commonwealth, because we all recognize both the impact as far as the opportunities for our next generation of aviators, but also the economic impact that it imparts to our communities.
Definitely. I didn't know that this opportunity existed when I was in high school. I was sort of pushed into the 4-year university route, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I think people should have the potential opportunities that are outside of that box exposed to them.
Take a little time first to learn about yourself as far as what really kind of intrigues you and turns you on and gets you excited, odds are there's a space and a place for you in aviation. No matter what that other thing is, whatever excites you, if you're a numbers cruncher, math individual, there's obviously accounting across aviation. If you just like being around the aircraft, the excitement of it. If you're the technician hands-on that wants to actually know you had an impact that hour or that day you were there because that aircraft is now ready to fly or is taking off, or if you're the pilot that wants to sit up front and be responsible for those lives or that cargo in the back, whatever kind of interests or excites you, just realize that the aviation space, the career space, is much broader than most people actually envision.